Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where we talk and do all things fitness, health, and wellness. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys how you can actually get unstuck and actually change your life. If you saw my video called How Daring to Dream Led Me to a Career in Fitness, then you know what was the most important thing that led me to get out of a job that I hated was having the courage to dream up a different life for myself. And I 100% stand by that still. Courage is the first and foremost thing that you need to develop. But in this video, I want to dive a little bit deeper and explore how when you have the courage, what are the next steps that you need to do in order to actually change your life? How do you apply this courage? The first step, which is what we're going to be covering in this video, is changing the mind. And what do I mean by mind? I mean your thoughts. There's an old saying that what you think is what you become, which is so true. If your thoughts are negative or unproductive, you're going to experience life as negative and unproductive, i.e. you will feel stuck and miserable. But if you learn how to diminish or not give so much power and mental space to the negative and unproductive thoughts, and instead nourish positive and productive thoughts and actions, personal growth is inevitable. So friends, if you are ready to say goodbye to being stuck and hello to a flourishing you, then keep on watching. Due to our very nature, we humans sometimes develop what's called cognitive distortions, which are defined as irrational and often harmful thought patterns that interfere with a person's well-being. They can lead us to have this chronic, negative, and unproductive view of ourselves and of life. And what's tricky about these distortions is they can often appear as rational, even if they are at odds with the truth. Don't know if you have any of these distortions? Well, here are 6 of the most common. First up, personalization and blame. If you have this distortion, you excessively blame or take responsibility for something that is not completely your fault, or conversely blame others for something that is your fault. An example of each extreme would be a woman blaming herself for her husband's lack of motivation to work out, or a woman who skips her workouts and blames her husband because he wants to watch TV every day with her. Distortion number 2, jumping to conclusions, which takes 2 forms. The first being mind reading, where you imagine you know what others are thinking without evidence to support such presumptions. For example, a teenager believing every one of his classmates is laughing at him behind his back. Form number 2, fortune telling. This is when you arbitrarily predict the future and assume it will turn out badly. For example, a woman believing that even if she gets a new job, her boss is just going to end up not liking her anyways. Third distortion is all or nothing thinking, commonly known as black and white thinking. And this is when you have the inability to see alternatives in a situation or solutions to a problem. An example of this kind of thinking would be a student thinking she needs to ace her next paper, or she might as well drop out of school. Another example would be a man thinking, hey, I already ruined my diet by eating 1 burger. I might as well eat more. Distortion number 4, overgeneralizing. Overgeneralizing is when you see one single event as a never-ending pattern of defeat or disappointment. For example, your friend thinking her last breakup is a sign that she is not lovable. 5th distortion is magnification and minimizing. Magnification is when you blow things out of proportion, and minimizing is when you inappropriately shrink something to make it seem less important. An example of magnification is believing that if your business fails, you will be destroyed. An example of minimizing is thinking, hey, I've been diagnosed with high blood pressure, but it's no big deal because I've always felt fine. And now for our final distortion, labeling. Labeling is when you assign labels to yourself or other people. An example would be a man thinking, ugh, of course I forgot my gym bag at home. I'm such an idiot. And there you have it, 6 of the most common cognitive distortions. But now that you can identify them, what's next? What do you do about these negative and unproductive thoughts? Well, the answer starts with developing mindfulness. You need to spot these distortions while they are present in your mind, let them go, and then replace them with positive thoughts and actions. And this can be done in 5 steps. First, you'll need to identify the negative action. Let's say, for example, deciding not to work out as planned. Which brings us to our second step. Determine the belief that is behind it. For example, you realize you aren't working out today because you skipped your last 2 workouts and believe you have already ruined it for the week. So there's no point in even trying. Step 3, think of the consequences of acting on this irrational belief. The consequences of not working out today are slowing down your progress towards your goals, decreasing motivation to continue on your program, and raising stress levels. Step number 4, dispute the negative thinking. Replace the negative thoughts with positive ones. For example, you can say, hey, just because I didn't work out for the past 2 days doesn't mean working out today isn't productive. If I work out, I will be closer to my goals compared to if I didn't work out. Training will be good for me. And lastly, step 5, change your course of action. Once you have the positive thoughts, act on them. Make the change visible through action. Decide to work out. Acting on your better judgment will only reinforce the value and presence of your positive thoughts. Practice these 5 steps enough times, and you will have transformed from a person trapped by their own negative thoughts to a growing person who can take charge of their life. Is it easy? Heck no, but take it from someone who's been through the process before. It is well worth the work. But hey, I'm curious what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know. I always appreciate your guys' feedback. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.